All right, I got to clear the air a little bit. There is some people who have messaged me and people who have asked me and told me that they thought that today was a loss. There's people out there who believe that the Patriots, the Back the Blue crowd, the Proud Boys, lost today to Antifa. And I'm going to explain really quick why that's not the case. Why that is not what happened at all. Today was a win. Today was a huge victory for the right. Today was a gigantic win for conservatives. And let me explain to you why. There was a small group of people who planned to go to the Portland Justice Center, stand on the steps, and support the police. Joanne Hardesty, the commissioner for fire and EMS, or I think it's just fire, in Portland, who's also on city council, who's pretty much number 2 in charge of the city, called everybody who came out to support the blue white supremacists. She said that the right-wingers coming down were all white supremacists and that they were going to be violent. And then she did a call to action telling Antifa and Black Lives Matter to come out and fight these fascists, these white supremacists, these racists, who don't exist, by the way. They don't exist. There wasn't a single white supremacist down there today. Not one. There was not one single racist down there today. On our side. On their side, there was quite a few. And they even admitted to it. Check out the live stream. And it'll be coming up on a highlight reel. But besides that, besides showing the lie that is the trash of Portland, known as Joanne Hardesty, it was a huge win. Because this small group of Back the Blue people got help today. Proud Boys from all over the Pacific Northwest came, and they created a barrier between the mob, the violent mob, and the peaceful protesters who are just waving American flags, giving speeches of their experiences with the police and in support of the police, and waving their blue line flags that were called the modern swastika. Blue line flag is apparently a swastika now. It's the modern swastika according to these psychos, according to these insane individuals. So the Proud Boys came, they created this line, and they were peaceful. They had a shield wall. They never gave it up. They never gave up space until it was time to leave. They were there to ensure the safety of the peaceful protesters, the actual peaceful protesters that came to support the police today. They didn't create any violence. They did not start any violence. They did not do anything that was violent until they were attacked. And that's called self-defense. That is the only human right that all humans share, that is the most important human right that there is. Self-defense. That's your right to live. Your right to survive. Self-defense. When you're getting eggs thrown at you, I had a brick hit me in the sternum. A brick hit me in the sternum. One of my other filmers has a goose egg on the back of his head. And he got full-on bear maced. There was no violence from the right whatsoever until bottles were thrown, until gallon jugs of fluids of unknown what they were thrown. I had beer thrown on me. I had water thrown on me. I had some other stuff that I don't even want to know what it was thrown on me. I got hit with eggs. I got hit with a brick. And yes, you're going to see on the news where you're going to see right-wingers throwing stuff too. They were throwing it back. Now, is that the right thing to do? I don't know. You just going to sit there and take it? Or are you going to fight back? There were people on the right who had paintball guns. There were also people on the left who had paintball guns. The people on the right only shot their paintball guns when people were throwing things. Bricks, bottles, frozen water bottles, Gatorade bottles, gallon jugs of fluid again, and hitting people. There's footage on my live stream. You see stuff bouncing off people's heads, fireworks, all sorts of things are being thrown from the left. And the people with the paintball guns on the right targeted the people who threw things. Now, on the people on the left, they were shooting indiscriminately into the crowd. There was no rhyme or reason. It was just tat, 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 tat. That's all it was. No, they weren't shooting at people throwing stuff back. They were just shooting in the crowd. Period. Totally indiscriminately. This was a huge win because the Proud Boys created their line, and the 3%ers that showed up created their line, and the Patriots that came with them created the line, and they held the line. They made it so the peaceful protest could happen, so the rally to back the police could happen. And they held that line the whole time, the entire day. They pushed forward a couple times. And yes, there were some bad actions. I'll admit it. It's the truth. You know, there was no reason to slash the tires of the snack van. No matter how good it makes you feel, no matter how happy it makes you that the snack van got slashed to tires, it's not good behavior. It's unnecessary at that point. Now, if we have footage, I don't have footage, but they were using the snack van as a shield, you know, to throw things, which is, I use the snack van as a shield too, so things didn't get thrown at me. But if the snack van, that white van, it's a BLM van out there, if that van was supplying stuff to get thrown across, is it really that bad of a thing that they slashed his tires? Made him, you know, spend some money to get his van fixed? I don't know. But I don't know. I can't tell you whether or not that was happening. Could have happened, but I can't tell you whether or not it did or not. So at the end of the thing, as people were leaving, the blue guys were leaving. They were exiting the area. And the Proud Boys stayed. All of a sudden, they were immensely outnumbered. But they stayed, and they held that line until every single normie, every single civilian, every single person who just wanted to come down there and support the police left and got back to their vehicles safely. They stayed and remained targets to Antifa. And then they pulled back, and Antifa followed them. Antifa stayed. They pepper sprayed the crap out of the Proud Boys. They paintballed the Proud Boys. They kept throwing projectiles at the Proud Boys. And the Proud Boys, yes, they threw some stuff back. They paintballed back. They pepper sprayed back. But the violence didn't originate on the right. The violence did not originate from the Proud Boys. And no matter what the media tries to tell you, they're lying. Because we have the footage to prove it. We had 4 cameras rolling today. All are going to tell you the exact same story. 2 of us were live streaming, 2 of them were filming with cameras to make sure that we got you guys that high quality footage just in case our live streams petered out. And we can prove the truth as it is. The truth. The Proud Boys took a beating today trying to get out of there, trying to leave. I have pepper spray all over me. Like I said, I got hit in the chest with a brick. I watched rocks and eggs bounce off of older people, elderly people that were down there just trying to support the police and stand up to show that there are some people who in Portland who don't agree with the violence were injured. They were hurt today by Antifa, by the left, by the violent rioting mobs that were out there. This is a fact. This is the truth. This is the reality. I left pretty much all affiliations with the Patriot movement, with the Proud Boys. I split. I did not want to be associated with them because a lot of people were going down the wrong path. They were going down the path of there was very little difference between them and Antifa with their actions. Today, I'm proud of the Proud Boys. I am proud of the 3%ers that came and stood up for these people, because that's how it all started. Was people coming and standing up for people who couldn't stand up for themselves, who would have been assaulted, who would have been severely injured if it wasn't for these guys coming out and standing up for them. It was a great day. It was a great win. The media can fly a kite, because the media is going to lie. They're going to try to spin it. They're going to try to do all this stuff. But the fact of the matter remains, today was a win. So make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys see the footage of the live stream, the highlight clips that are coming. Make sure you see it, because today was a great day. And don't ever let anybody tell you that it was a loss, because it was a win. It was a great win for the right. It was a huge win. Optics, amazing. It was great. Yes, there were some follies, but as a whole, it was a huge win. Good job, all of you out there today. Good job. Screw Joanne Hardesty.